We have roll out the trending stories from our website, but we'll do that again for the sake of those just joining our press review at this point. You can visit our website as well at www.absradiotv.com. We have trending from our website. Japanese government UNOPS present climate disaster emergency support project to Anambra state government.
Anambra State government reassures traders of empowerment, interventions in markets.
Nigerian footballer Ola Great receives a trial invitation from Sevilla FC.
Federal government cautions against storing explosive devices in homes.
IHF Emerging Nations Championships. Nigeria to battle US, Azerbaijan.
And finally, a mishap. Rescue boats drivers search for survivors in Washington Potomac River.
And these are the trending stories from our website this morning. You can visit our website to read up the stories and be in the know of what's going on in Anambra State and as well around you. You can join our live stream on Facebook at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Yes, that's the page you can join on Facebook, and you do well to drop your comments over there. We'll read out your comments when we see them. Phone lines will be opened in due course for you to call in as well and make your own contributions on the trending stories. Yes, talking about the Japanese government of Japan in partnership with the United Nations Office of Project Services. They paid a visit to Governor Soludo's office yesterday and signed a lot of agreements and as well gave out vehicles to help in combating erosion in the state. This is to replying to the call of 2022 about flood disaster in Anambra State, and today they are here and they came in with I think 10 vehicles to add to what Anambra State has in order to help to fight erosion in the state, because Anambra State is an erosion-prone state. Yes, we're very much prone to erosion because we are in a basin. Anambra is in a not be say there is a basin like plate. Anambra, if you look at the map of Nigeria, for those that did geography, you understand that Anambra is in a basin, so we are very much likely to be affected by flood and as well erosion. So this intervention by the government of Japan in partnership with the United Nations Office of Project Services is a welcome development, and we hope that it's going to go a long way to check erosion before it gets out of hand. Yes.
All right, if you want to join us, call us on 0904 9560826.
Or you can call us on 0706 538 1320. The rules are: when you call, move away from your radio set, tell us your name, give us your location, and then you go on to give us your opinion on the trending stories online this morning from our website. Remember to keep it short and simple. Don't go about flogging on one issue. All right, so that others can as well queue in.
And then the Potomac River has been in the news due to a plane crash on January 30th, 2025. You know, when a passenger jet plane collided with a military helicopter, resulting in a crash into the river. And the rescue efforts are ongoing with the Coast Guard and multiple partner agencies responding to the incident. And in case you want to know more about the Potomac River, it played a crucial role in American history, and in its nickname, the nation's river. It was a key location during the American Civil War, with several battles taking place along its banks. The river also supplied water to Washington, D.C., with the Washington Aqueduct opening in 1864. Let's leave it there for now.
Okay.
Hello, somebody's.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Your name and location.
My name is Obiani Jimmy from Onivulanka.
All right, welcome, Obianoju.
Yes, I want to thank the U.S. for assisting us in emergency provision, but I want to plead them also to help us to empower these our brothers and sisters that are being deported from US in order to avoid a more crime occurrence. Because you see what is happening in Nigeria, there is a lot of hunger. You put food on fire, somebody will come and carry the pot and eat food. There are insecurities all over everywhere. People are running out. Some people are being burned. So please, federal government and the state government and individuals, NGOs should help us to empower these our brothers and sisters. Many of them have sold their land, sold their belongings, sold everything they had in Nigeria. To come back to start from scratch. To avoid crime, please let them be empowered before they join society. Thank you.
Okay, well, I wanted to ask you a question. I don't know if you are still there. So, if someone goes into a country, these people are called illegal migrants. They don't say they are people that came into the USA as legal people are still there. Nobody was deported. If you are illegal, that is the problem. So you can't go into a country and expect to hide.
Again, talking about the illegal migrants.
Look like they're doing something wrong. You're not supposed to be in the country illegally. That's the point. You're not supposed to be in the country illegally.
Well, the thing is, get down to history, know why they are being deported, and the way they got into that place, and what President Trump is talking about. So you have to be in the know instead of, this is what we call
emotions overriding the situation.
What we call in thought fallacy, augmentum ad hominem.
Oh yeah. All right, we want to welcome ABS political correspondent Chukwemeka Molim. Good morning. Thanks for joining us on Persevere.
Good morning, Uche. Good morning, Roy.
You're welcome to Persevere. You're welcome. Okay, let's share your thoughts on the trending issues from ABS Radio TV.com. That's you're home now.
Yeah. That's
charity begins at home.
Yeah, charity begins.
So let's take it from home and then get to the papers, national dailies. Yeah.
I want to comment on the issue of Japanese government assisting Anambra state government to tackle erosion. Yes, this is the kind of news I like to hear.
Yeah.
It's no longer news that our own dear state, our own beloved state, Anambra, is the capital of erosion. Yes, we know that. Anambra has over 1,000 active erosion sites. And from the look of things, this is beyond the capacity of the state government. The state government does not have, the humongous resources required to address this problem. If you go to many parts of the state, you will see what I'm talking about. There is one at Oko. There are so many places, and I want to commend, the Japanese government for coming, to the aid of Anambra state government. This is the way it should be. The developing country like Nigeria always need international assistance, to tackle her developmental challenges. This has caused so many, erosion has caused so many, problems in this state. It has caved in buildings, swallowed so many livestock, and what have you.
So many caved in.
So many buildings have been caved in, by erosion.
Yeah.
So I want to commend Governor Chukwuma Soludo for the efforts he's making, to address this problem. That is the way government should be working for their own people, because the essence of government is for them to do those things which the people cannot do for themselves. Only erosion cannot help himself. Yes, it's only government. It takes the intervention of government and international agencies to address the problem. However, our own people should also do the needful by avoiding acts that cause erosion.
Yeah.
Catchment pit. Many houses are without catchment pits. And if I can cause erosion, okay? Illegal sand mining If we
scoops and
here and there, on the Yusubu, felling of trees, illegal, indiscriminate felling of trees.
Yes.
And I call to see anyhow. We find any different cause of erosion. And the Ministry of Environment and other appropriate agencies saddled with the responsibility of sensitizing the citizenry, against engaging in acts capable of causing erosion. Have been doing that. It's just that our people, I don't know why we find it very difficult to do the right thing. We always find it difficult to do the right thing. But when trouble sets in, we begin to cry. We begin to run helter-skelter. When we were supposed to do the needful earlier to prevent that problem, we didn't do it. We didn't do that. So, government in our Wakwambo to tackle erosion, we the citizens should also help them by doing what we are supposed to do. If we don't name if an drama that can cause erosion, report the person to the appropriate authority. Do not just keep quiet because it can affect you tomorrow. If I so that this state will be a livable place where people can stay, marry, work. I realize their ambitions as our able governor will always say. So that is that.
Okay, talking about the erosion, about erosion and the Japanese government to UN OPS. They actually also gave flood detective devices installed in some major rivers in the state, which could help to detect when any river wants to cause flood in any area. And they handed over 10 vehicles, 3 big trucks, ICT equipment, and among other things to the government to help to fight erosion in the state. With that, move on to the trending stories from the national dailies, kicking off with stories from the Daily Times. On the Daily Times, we have court grants Sowore 10 million naira bail after declaring police IG illegal. FG wants NGOs partnership on youth employment. I sacked 5 commissioners for underperformance, coming from Governor Mufang. Tunji Ojo advocates technical skill acquisition in tertiary institutions. Tinubu is committed to fixing infrastructure in Southeast, says Umahi. We have a PDP press corps console Governor Makinde over brother's death. Finally, from the Daily Times is Deputy Speaker Carlo advocates death penalty reforms in new constitution. These are trending stories from the Daily Times.
Now moving down to the Punch, we have from the Punch. This morning, domestic shortfall in NPC marketers import 633 million liters of fuel. 67 dead as plane helicopter collide mid-air in the U.S. NPDP crisis stakeholders demand weak Bauchi governors' truce as a governors meet today. Fubara's camp wants Damagon kicked out as chairman. Opposing governors converge on Asaba. South Africa Rwanda clash over DR Congo conflict. Lagos Assembly insists Obasa's removal legal as DSS grills lawmakers. Herdsmen kill 5 laborers on Ondo farms. Banks complied with court ruling on ex parte Mareva order. That's from GHL. And finally, APC PDP differ over Mechi's power-drunk politicians' comment.
From Vanguard, you have on the Bonner headline on the telecoms tariff hike. NLC mobilizes state councils, allies, affiliates for February 4th protest. Rider says Serap writes NCC over pending suit against tariff hike. Hike places additional burden on masses, coming from LCCI. NCC to engage NLC, Serap, NatComs to explain reasons for price adjustment. Alleged cybercrime, Sowore gets 10 million naira bail. Local government autonomy, chairman not yet directed to open accounts. Command investigation. Diaspora remittances up 79% to $4 billion in 9 months in 2024, coming from Cardoso. Insecurity. How Asaba became home to Southeast indigents. I have a couple of writers there. It says Asaba and nearby towns to the rescue. Living in Southeast had been horrifying, coming from Chekwas Okorie. Government is not helping matters, coming from Anene. Insecurity is main reason for relocating out of Southeast, coming from Landlords Association. Anambra working on insecurity, coming from the government. There is nothing wrong in people's relocating to Delta for safety, coming from Abia Monarch. Banks comply with court ruling lifting ex parte Mareva order against GHL. No likely survivors in U.S. plane crash as 30 bodies are pulled from river.
Wow.
Our reposition NRC for socio-economic growth, coming from OPEIFA. And from the world of sports, 2024 World Cup, what Super Eagles need to qualify, coming from Baku. These are trending stories from Vanguard.
Daily Times, legal experts endorse state police implementation say it's overdue, call for caution in developing framework. Aviation CEO of the Year, I am challenged to do more for NIMET, Nigeria. That's from the DG. I look forward to hosting Vatican leadership in Nigeria. That's credited to President Tinubu, condoles with U.S. over aircraft mishap. African Airlines annual traffic rises 13.2% in 2024. That's from IATA. Shetima sees women leading Africa's $29 trillion economic ambition, launches projects shells included to bridge gender gaps in finance economy. FG unveils National Energy Compact targets $23.2 billion investment. Still trending here. Telecom Employees Union condemns 50% hike in tariff, warns of dire consequences for education economic sector. NCC generated 195.8 billion naira in 2024, remitted 1,011 billion naira to government. That's a report credited to their CEO, and that's about that from the Daily Independent.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello. All right. Moving on to this day, we have on this day, Tinubu positive reports on Nigerians in diaspora will inspire younger generation. U.S. air tragedy. Tinubu mourns as all 64 on board American Airlines jets perish. NNPC partners begin construction of $500 million mini LNG plants in Ajokuta. Cardoso, Naira's recovery attracting foreign investors. Ryder says inflation could have reached 42.81% by December 2024 without CBN interventions. Disinflation within reach. Bagudu hails synergy between fiscal monetary authorities. Adedeji, FIRS generated historic 21.6 trillion naira in 2024, eyes at 25.2 trillion naira in 2025. Sets key deliverables for department, says era of unproductiveness over. That's the much you can take from this day. Let's have your thoughts, Chukwemeka.
Yes, let me comment on the headline that says the creation of state police is long overdue. Nigeria needs state police. I am an advocate of a state police because it will help state governors, okay, to provide adequate security for their states. Presently, the security outfit of this country, I mean the police, is under the control of the federal government. State governors, yes, are the chief security officers of their state, as we know, on paper, but not so in reality. And this has not helped them, in managing, security in their states. Makana, somebody who is not under your control, okay, you cannot the person cannot take orders from you. You continue to, whatever you want the person to do for you, you keep appealing. And we all have seen what this has resulted in Nigeria. So establishment of a state police will help, to fight insecurity to a large extent. Because those people who will be recruited as police officers by state government will be indigenous of those states. They know all the nooks and crannies of their state. Okay, but if you employ somebody who is not from a particular state as a police officer to work in Anambra State, for instance, an indigene of Kaduna State who is posted to Anambra State as a police officer, who does not know the terrain, will find it difficult to cope, will find it difficult to operate effectively. This is where this is happening, and that is the way it's going to operate. But if you employ somebody from Anambra State, particularly a native of Oka, and post him to Oka to work in Oka, he will work very well.
Because he knows everywhere.
He knows everywhere.
Even almost everybody.
Almost everybody. This is what the state governors are advocating for. We want a security outfit that will be under our own control. Okay, that will help us to tackle insecurity in our own state and also attract investments into our state, because where there is security, it fast tracks development. It fast tracks development, and the earlier we do this, the better for us. We have seen the success, and the state government has recorded since Operation Udogachi was inaugurated. Yes, we will see the way kidnappers are being arrested. Last week, we saw what they did at Oba, a hotel, that used to serve as kidnappers' den, where criminal activities, took place, was demolished by the state government. And this is what you keep seeing this result. Once the state government has their own state police, you keep getting a result, a satisfactory result in terms of security.
Yes, and I'm looking at the issue of rapid response to situations when it comes to SOS, maybe crime scene busting, something whereby they say the governor is in charge of a state, and the governor would now have to call the IG, take orders from the IG.
When something is going wrong in the state.
The commissioner calls the IG, and you'll be at the crossroads. So if the state police is established, it will help bust some of these crimes here and there, and then give the legal teeth, to the governors, for them to act, then give commands as the chief security officers of the state, and not just a chief security officer in paper.
That is what we are saying.
You can even look at what's happening. This Agone chamber now. It's an outfit that was flagged off by Mr. Governor, and we are seeing what they're doing. So imagine when we now have a state police.
That was why former Governor Chris Ngige was kidnapped when he was governor of this state. If he had his own security outfit, his enemies wouldn't have kidnapped him. There's no way Anambra State Police command will allow such ugly incidents to happen. Because that happened because the police is under the control of the federal government. And even when he made the Air Force, his Air Force were frustrated because he was not in charge. That is what we are saying.
And they were obeying the last order.
They were obeying the last order.
From their superior officers.
They were taking orders from their superior officers. Even during elections, it's more glaring. We see vote buying, snatching of ballot boxes here and there. The state governor will be helpless because his orders will not yield any fruit. His orders will not provide any result because the security officers in the state are not for him. The security officers are not working for him. They are taking instruction from somebody who wants them to do his bidding. So that is why the establishment of the state police is very, very necessary. It is long overdue. State governors need it to function effectively, to provide social amenities in their state, and they will also help to safeguard government properties, social amenities from vandalism. That's what we are saying.
Yeah.
So we need it.
Okay, someone is here. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Heartbeat of the East.
Champions.
This is the voice of JC Akwobi. I'm wishing you all the way from Umapolo Kidiomase, Numero Cable, in Anambra, East of the state this morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I appreciate the guests in the house and the anchors. Yeah, they said that power intoxicates. Power corrupts, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. Talking about state police being overdue, I think as much as I want to concur with that opinion, but a lot need to be put on ground for check and balances. Because we Africans, we know how our ego, we know how to abuse everything that comes our way. And this will be the worst thing that will happen if a state police is established and the state governors, from the way we're looking at them, from their level of excesses, it will be a comeback. It will be eye to eyes. So a state police is important. There must be a law in order not to abuse it. Yes, a man from Oka, if he's employed as a state police to work in Oka, if they begin to look for that man that collects his father's land and he leaves the basic and leaves what he was called to do.
Jesse, I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. You are just bringing in sentiments to the matter, please. I don't agree with you. If I am a police officer and somebody maybe takes possession of my father's land illegally, I think we'll settle in the court.
It's settled in the court of law.
Yeah.
It's not by jungle justice.
No.
And it's not because I'm a police officer.
Then you
I should now go and hunt the man. No, it's not like that. Things don't work that way.
There are people that police officers around us, but they have not done such.
Yes.
So why the judgment over? Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Because you guys are not studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Because I am the man that will come for. She moved my Yamaka. Address to my Yam. When a cool.
Address to my
Every Muslim. If a state police in it. If the name were Munuchemo, Maya do one. Mona, Yamakana, only do to man and yata gon konko konkote tata ni mo bodo ya wonde shi ugwa usa we lu tem ibo ozo o yara na amacha na ele bani si we gbata we gwulo ona ona adum mi woli nya wazu ni oke e mazali we ya na aboye eje ko wo kwa mu che mo ka na ba ko ma ya mo bani
Eji shotola na ko keke.
Okay. All right, we still have some stories left out from The Guardian. We have Mission 300 by 2030. Optimism as West African cities get $50 billion lifeline, fresh bid for electricity. 17 contractors received 2.4 billion naira, failed to execute projects, reports reveals. That's from Umahi. Federal government unveils $23.3 billion energy compact, targets $15.5 billion private investment. Atiku faults Tinubu's harassment as Amechi warns of power clink. Tax reform bills, Lamido, Galadima reopen anti-North rhetoric with inheritance tax. Cardoso says Naira reverting to true value as confidence returns. And then finally, okay, that's the much you can take from The Guardian.
All right, from Tribune, Presidency of High Trade Words over governance, opposition, and we have the writers be ready to defend your vote. Amechi tells Nigerians, says politicians kill men to remain in power. We owe survival of our democracy to people's resilience. That's from Abdul Salami. And then, taking care of banks, immigration intercepts 21 minors illegally taken out of Nigeria. Owa Ebalo Court nullifies Adeleke's executive order on Famodunu's removal. Labour proposes 5% increase, gears up for February 4th protest over telecom tariff hike. DSS grills Lagos lawmakers over Obasa's removal. Lawmakers released after hours of interrogation. Okay, these are the trending ones from Tribune.
Okay.
Yes, I want to also commend the national president of Nigeria Labour Congress, Comrade Joe Ajero, and the other executive of the
NLC.
union. Yes, for always being in the vanguard of protecting workers' welfare and rights. The hike, the telecom tariff hike,
yeah.
is ill-timed. Okay, we are still suffering the hike in electricity, fuel increment, okay, high cost of goods and services in Nigeria.
And I know when the president was campaigning, he said, "Let the poor breathe."
Let the poor breathe.
Are we breathing?
We are not breathing well.
Are we suffocating?
We are not breathing well.
Are we being suffocated or are we breathing?
This one is let the poor
I'm not saying
because crime is now in the increase.
This country is becoming
Petty crime is now in the increase.
Everything nullifies the law of gravity. It keeps going up. Nothing comes down again.
Yes. So
coming to the NLC president, I think he's being rather reactive instead of being proactive. Like before the telecom tariff hike,
okay,
he would have started the fight before they pegged it at 50%. Instead of waiting until they peg it at 50%, and then you start mobilizing for strike. And I want him to be thorough this time around, not call people out, one strike today. Tomorrow you call it off. Next week you bring them out again. Another one strike. 2 days after you. You know,
yes.
I mean.
They should
it's quite inconsistent.
I agree with you. They should maintain their stand. That is the only way they can get something out of it.
Yeah.
Ajero, I've known him as a man of integrity.
Yeah.
Okay, we all saw what he did when the federal government refused to
implement the minimum wage.
At the end of the day, and other issues.
Yes.
At the end of the day, government listened to them, okay, and granted them their request. So the man is a fighter, okay, he's fearless, and that is what we need the labor. So you see, at the end of the day, this hike in telecommunication tariff will be reduced. That is what we want, and it's going to get that. So other labor unions should also support him.
Okay,
should support this because he's fighting for the welfare of the citizens.
Talking about fighting for the welfare of
citizens. The Apex union,
TUC, Trade Union Congress, here they should also join.
They are there.
Yes.
But all the protests and all the strike actions done by NLC, how many have yielded fruits towards the aim of those protests?
Yes, just like I said it. I have said it.
Because it's not just about holding protests. Tomorrow now they will say they took them in for meeting. Now we're seeing NCC is trying to call them in to explain why there's a need for a tariff hike.
When the federal government said that they would pay 40,000 naira as minimum wage, Labour rejected it.
Yeah.
Yes, Labour rejected it. Okay, after series of meetings, arguments, government bowed to pressure. And accepted 70,000 minimum wage, and we all are enjoying the benefits. Yes, I am a beneficiary of that struggle. That's why I commend Ajero. You are a beneficiary of that fight. So let's support them. All we owe them is support. As they are fighting there, we should be here supporting them, but giving them support. We shouldn't leave them alone. That is that. So Labour is Labour under Ajero is living up to expectation. I must commend them, for doing the needful when it comes to protection of of workers' rights, fighting for workers' welfare, they are doing their best. They are doing their best. So all we owe them is support.
Okay.
We cannot afford, to be living like refugees in our own country, in our own fatherland. This country is highly blessed. We have all it takes to be comfortable in Nigeria. I don't know why the present administration is squeezing us to death.
Okay,
you hike everything, and the ways to get this money is not there.
Okay, let's take this message from WhatsApp. It says, good morning, ABS. Good morning, Ugebenaja. Japan to aid Anambra State in tackling erosion is a welcome development. I'm commending our solution governor for this development. I'm also calling the attention of state government to look into Oboji, Ndiokolo, and Ndiokbaleke Road at Ugwobala axis as erosion hampering the evacuation of our land produce to urban areas. Let our solution governor please bring solution to this road. It is well within the Anambra Oboji community and our solution governor. Good morning, my people in the studio. My name is Nolito Noni, watching from Cameroon. We need the state police. Thank you all, Ugo Benaja and Okbu, and also our guests in the studio. Right? Thank you so much for being part of the program this morning. Thank you, our ABS political correspondent.
And just before we go, we need to mention Ututu Omandia, Anambra, Mgiemono, Zamfara State, Kamusi, Ekiri, and that's from Anthony Umera, watching us from Zamfara State. Yeah.
All right. My name is Uche Chukwu Ebonam. Habitat Dawn Show comes after this.
All right, I'm Roy Kurife. Thanking you for joining us on Press Review. Today, you just made our day being there for us.
Hello,